are going to come out, and looks like, yeah, the team of Worst in Slot is actually going to go back in, I think on accident there. I don't think that was meant to happen.
No.
Bull Divers gets the third party here. Onder going to get tagged up by the catwalk here. Wilkes, unfortunately, left alone from his team in the corner, but did at least get the kill to make it worthwhile. Onder does get the plant. I think he might be out. He is here, so it's yeah, here we go. The meteorite is gonna drop here. We have two teams fighting over this, and the Stayer are gonna knock back Heavy Webby here, but Kisu actually go aggressive here. Haltex's got to come out soon here if he wants to stay healthy, but the healing drone gonna keep him alive for a bit longer. But with the third party coming in, Heavy Webby is just gonna take the jump pad here, just barely gonna get out of there. As Kisu unfortunately does fall, Swifty is gonna fall soon here, but it's okay. Heavy threat into the catwalk will be used yet again with the protocol violation. Oh, Wilkes not dodging out on the Q, and I think that will be lights out here. Once that lands, it's so hard to get out, but the third party coming in from Bianca fans. It's a huge Reign of the Vampire Queen coming through with the blink as they take down Needleite and possibly Eyelol here in just a second. So yeah, it looks like Bianca fans are going to be the ones getting the rewards from that. Side of Lumia Island as Boba Boy does push forward to see Forsten Slot here is going to get some poke down with a steady shot. Beckfar going to try to see if he can get a knockup. He does hit the stereo here. We do have the ulti coming through. Great moving turn from Boba Boy, and with that, the rest of the backline is completely healthy on the side of Lemon Honey Green Tea. The stereo is going to blow up here thanks to IU, and now Wisu unfortunately stuck in the middle. Going to use a nullification movement speed on top of the Nikki knockup, because I mean it's so much CC on top. If you're almost doesn't even have to do anything, they don't want to. They can just kind of split it up here, but before they even get to do that, does Wisu get it? He is getting the zombie.
No.
Yeah, there it is. Found it instantly. I'm like, there's someone here. The Bianca jump scare with the Reign of the Vampire Queen. Under Faith and Waver gonna use for the knockback here quick. And will he be able to get
Murdered by the Wickline team? Oh man, but Eclipse finding the abduction onto Beckfar, but Beckfar is so tanky, man, just to survive all of it. And now Boba Boy and EU have to try and make this fight work without their front line, as he has fallen down. After that's paid, focusing the corpse, doesn't manage to take him down. Boba Boy with the blank cartridge is not enough to take down Delenko, so they're gonna go down to 2. Wait, hold. Oh my goodness! It takes him down! So now they're gonna try and play 2v2. EU, can you get the... Yes, he can. And now Eclipse is stepping forward. Actor trying to step forward with him, blinking forward, trying to take down Boba Boy, but Boba Boy reacting flawlessly. And now Actor's gonna go down too, and EU just keeps interrupting the revives. He's not gonna let it happen. So Eclipse, it's all on you now. Oh, he's gonna manage to get Boba Boy now down to a one-on-one. EU versus Eclipse, but Eclipse is very low, and yeah, it's just not gonna. Any time will tell. But yeah, they gotta fight through this corridor, which is Lemon Honey Green Tea's Lemon Honey Bread and Butter.
Yeah, but the question is, where's Butcher? Yeah, there he is. I was like, is he coming for a flank here? And he is. He's on the northern side, but he does get blasted back here by IU, and now all of a sudden it's like they traded spots here. Steady shot is going to go through. Caper on duty, going to get the R3 stun onto IU, and he will get taken down because of that, and he's just barely alive as well. Steady shot is not going to land to get the kill here. Moving turn, but is going to get knocked up. And with that, CatGPT does have this in the bag, I believe. Beckfar not able to get a kill here at the end, and that's what I was going to mention before it all started. I was like, it's here. We do see Nangja coming through as well, but Striker a little bit separated here as this fight does start. Rooted on the start of this. The meteorite does land, and now day 2 here, these teams can wipe, so you got to be a little bit careful as the ulti does come out. Nangja is going to try to use the movement speed to get Wilkes out of there, and with that not being available here, Springtrap is going to get them right down to Striker, and he's going to be able to sit right on top of Wisu here with the Quake damage as well. To be able to push him out here as both sides are fighting a 1v2. Wilkes is going to use the Ruthless here. Now, is it going to be enough damage to take one out? One is down, and with that, Striker actually gets to pull Nangja closer with the exclusive here, but without the Springtrap available, not able to quite get anyone, but with the plant being used, agrees to have a fight here, looks like, in Fire Station. The Bozo Brigade is going to be pushing back Fantasia for the time being. Needleite trying to find an angle here. Doesn't it do on the Kisu, but not quite the target he wants here. Duck, oh my god, getting a huge pull here. But with that, the Echoes of the Earth is going to be used. Is it going to be enough to keep the rest of the team safe? It looks like it is for now, and that was a crazy turn to start that, but fortunately, like you said, Priya is such a good character. It disengages, but Needleite is going to see if he can finish the job. Is going to try to go back in. Not quite going to get the kill here yet, though. Kisu, unfortunately, not low anymore with the heal drone going down, and with the knockup not quite landing from Eyelol means he is going to go down here. Dark Dagon, unfortunately, dashing in, but not.
Just, you know, everybody's going to get something on their own. But over here, Bianca fans pushing forward. Actor is paid, vaulting off to Swifty, trying to close the gap onto Kevy Webby, but the healing win with the hell attack stat, you might have been off a little more. You could chew Kevy, or Actor rather. And now, oh, this is dicey. Eclipse gonna bring him back. And yeah, they're gonna take down Kisu with
Not quite a lot of damage coming through since they have the healing as the fight is happening also in alley here. 2 members are taken down. Bobo Boy is gonna try to push forward and do not let the rest happen here. But unfortunately, he does get
focus, and now all of a sudden you put a Mai behind him to keep him safe from any sort of CC chain. A Lenny that can just set him up complete. Oh my goodness, speaking of Lenny setting it up, the Spring Chap invests in 9-9. Accesses form, is still relatively healthy, gets his bar full. Is he going to drop the ultimate? Should be coming soon with the protocol violation. Neither of these teams are really taking damage, but Striker is starting to get dropped a little bit. 9-9 blinking forward, trying to find what he can. The follow-up on the taunt is good as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Dino Dance is going to try to loop around. They don't want to be the ones caught in the middle here. They need Fantasia in an awkward spot. They're going to try to get some vision to see what is going on and possibly just like leave actually, but that's not going to happen here. And with that, a huge taunt. Oh my god, the CC chain is just too real. The Echoes of the Earth not being enough to save this team here as they do fall down, and that's what's done by the Mai here to be able to escape that one.
Now tree contest, Cat GPT trying to find the priority target. 2-man knockup on the backside from onto Wisu and Onder, and that the fight is just over before it even really began.
This game as they do run into Bianca fans here. Unfortunately, the Garden Reverse not quite going to land onto anything important here. But you're going to try to get a little bit of poke here on the backside. Barely getting knocked up here by Eclipse, though, as Dan does push forward here onto Actor that's paid. Ran into the Vampire Queen is going to shut down the corridor here, though. Dan is just barely alive. Garden Reverse going to keep him alive, but unfortunately, Actor's paid is going to get the kill. The knockup not quite going to land here, but Caper on duty getting quite a bit of damage on the backside. The charm not quite going to land here. Eclipse is going to try to push forward, but a huge knockup from Fuchu. Going to keep him safe. Can he get the kill? He does. And now it's going to be a 1-for-1 on both sides here. Fuchu isn't done yet. He actually gets 2 of his own. And now he's going to go over to Delinko. This is one cat you got to be scared of, and it's one you cannot get away from here. A lot of damage coming from the bouncy ball here is able to get...
They are a little bit behind itemization regardless. Ooh, a little push pick, and it's going to connect, but it isn't going to be enough. Woke's actually able to do a lot of damage. Eyeball dropped immediately. Nope. This is not where you want to be at all. And I mean, they definitely caught vision of Bianca fans above them, but they don't know that CatGPT's below them. They are going to see that ping, perhaps. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's going to be dicey. But it looks like CatGPT's not moving away. The Eclipse popping the Strider, but isn't going to be able to find a good intimidation tactic, or is he finding an angle onto Nazemi, but it's not going to be enough. Delinko gets blown up immediately, and that's one of the risks of running Bianca without Totem, is that can happen to the side of Nazemi and 9-9. We'll see if this potent Sylvia Sua combination. Whoa! Big bike flip 3-man! Oh my goodness, but it's not going to matter at all because he just gets blown up immediately as soon as the CC ends, and they don't have... Yeah, it's over, right? It's just 2v3.
Okay, but there's a slight chance you saw it.
Rotate upwards or trying to contest down here. Looks like they're going to stay for this meteorite, so yeah. We'll see if Rosito can get this. Ooh, big damage getting dropped onto Biz. 7 strike, dropping a lot. Rosito picks up the meteorite. Now they're on the run. Nimrod's gate. He's going to establish some distance, but oh my goodness. Woo is not letting any quarter be safe as he just keeps pushing forward. A little bit of security here. They should know someone's here with that CCTV being disabled. And ooh, the Della combination doing a little less damage than I thought it would actually.
Yeah, and it looks like the fight is going to start. A huge Rage uppercut coming up from Jignut here. Going to start the fight, but fortunately, no one quite fell yet, but a huge Queen combo getting them low. But fortunately, no one does fall from that. Avancia now on the run here. Does dodge on the clean sweep, but Sing Sing was not going to give up the chase here. Avancia is going to have to stay alive for at least 15 seconds for his team to come back here. Dodging on another clean sweep is huge, as Avancia does keep on running. The backstep is going to be available, but unfortunately, that clean sweep does hit, as now they're going to be on the run. Dissipation not going to quite slow. Knocked into the wall here, rooted, and with that, I think that might be locked and going down.
A little ambitious, trying to get something started there. No Flame running into Run It Up. Jazz already finding the angle he likes against Kiraz. Ran into the Vampire Queen going down. The freeze happens, but the Dance Macabre goes crazy wide, but Kiraz gets blown up nonetheless. Now here comes the third party. Trigger looking at Frankie Doodle. Are they able to take him down? Oh, the free at last.
This team in this narrow corridor as it gives, oh my god, just kidding. Jasek is trying to find an angle here, maybe a little bit of a miscommunication. The fight is going to start. Dylan able to be safe for not long enough here, as, oh, just kidding, maybe he's still alive, as he just barely gets the kill on Super here. Dylan still being alive means he can take out Frankie as well, leaving Super to 2v3. I can't believe Dylan survived that, but now with, oh my god, the body's actually just saved Dylan. Just kidding, he's not safe. Another team coming through, Trigger are gonna go down here as every team is in pod and the fighting does not stop as these two teams now decide to fight it out. Echoes of the Earth keeping the rest.
This fight started, No Flame in a really good position at third party. If they can find it, the Spirit Arrow almost taking down 7 Strike, but now here comes the third party. No Flame looking to do what they can. MSGK going down, Loopsters and Fail Asian on the run. And yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting that they decided to take that fight after catch. Maybe they didn't see No Flame under them. Maybe they weren't able to catch vision of them as it was nighttime, but they do get the revive off the Lumi immediately. MSGK hitting that health plant. He is going to get healthy, but look at the positioning. Jast is on MSGK. He's going to go down. The Dance Macabre gets dropped as well. Phil Asian on the run as Loopsters gets 2v1 in the back by Superior and Frankie Doodle. Jast, are you able to take him down? Playing a little bit of games with the White Lily. Freeze connects. Frankie Doodle, are you able to find him? Yes, there he is. Ooh, it's going to be close, but Phil Asian isn't. Yeah, the plants aren't happen. Regroup with your teammates and then go from there. Locked in, maybe looking for something. The Queen connecting onto Avancia. Half of his health dropped immediately. But we'll see if they want to do anything. Jigna Jorkson maybe looking to pull the trigger onto the Purge Uppercut. Avancia getting hit by another Queen combo, and that's going to be all that Poco Mexican needs to go in. The kill coming down, fortunately, on night 2, but Jigna Jorkson might not be so lucky. Kefri looking to block the punch, so that way they can't get out. Yeah.
This is a really nice spot for Min Hyun to fight. Really easy to hit the color combos here, especially with the Arda too. The blood, as you can see, yeah, the Babylon's Cube taking up so much space, but they gotta be careful because it's just as nice for No Flame here. As Jast tries to get a flank, tries to skate in. Dimby trying to stop his track, so he's gonna get frozen here in just a second. Gardenverse is gonna go through. Huge knockback actually coming from Athena Kai here, keeping Nimby safe for a little bit longer. And with that, the fight has kind of come to a close for now, but with the Rapier still going through with the Quake, trying to get a freeze with the silence actually being huge here means no Dance Macabre coming out quite yet. Full Rainbow is going to tag them out, but Dance Macabre now coming through. Super actually going to fall down. Way too much CC for the side of No Flame to deal with. The silence was huge, and now with the Nimrod's Gate coming through, gonna try to keep up with the chase. The Root is gonna come through, but can they catch Frankie with it still? He is gonna try to turn it around, because they're the ones that are pushing all of these teams into red. This is so scary for them as S7ㅅWeek trying to find his way back into the zone, but there's no safe way to get back in, and this is gonna be chaos for them. And yeah, he's locked out! Oh, that is so sad. No way to get back in, and these teams are just fighting in the corner. S7ㅅWeek trying to just get some poke damage in at the clean sweep, trying to help where he can, but can't reactivate it here. As Dylan and the rest of Trigger are going to reap the rewards here, but now it is going to be a 3v3 as they make their way back to the zone. They're going to be the ones with the timer advantage.
Yeah, but Trigger, they've gotten such good positional advantage here. This corridor is going to be real tough to push through, especially with J-Tang always fishing for a pull. A quick little Nimrod's Gate to reposition things. Dimby pushing forward, only 10 seconds of timer, 6 left on Min Hyun. And Trigger, I think, recognizes that they have a big timer advantage and kites back. And yeah, they just, time and time again, Dylan versus Jast. It was a matchup of the century on the backside. Jast always finding angles. Dylan always finding a way to survive. It's always a sight to behold. And now they've gone to the bottom side. Oh, big pull and Superior.
There it is.
Jast, they see him. They know how to react to this, though. They respect this, and they know to protect Dylan. Dylan jumping over the wall. And with this, no one from No Flame's able to follow up on this, so Jast is completely isolated. Using the White Lily, but now Superior comes over the wall as well. So now all of No Flame finding a way to collapse onto the Superior, investing everything to make sure this kill happens. But now we'll see if J-Tang and Galzor what they can do with this, but with the timer disadvantage, they're gonna have to give way of this choke point. And now, yeah, Jast finding the angle on Dylan, and they're just gonna collapse on it. It's too difficult by this point, 2v3. They don't have the consistent damage or the threats needed. After time so far, he has been creating engages and finding perfect angles for his teammates. Superior poking around, but nothing really established too far. Jast on that flank. He's so used to seeing this. Trying to find a target, maybe looking at a woo. Freeze happens. Dance Macabre comes down on top of Booz, but he's still alive. The focus split is kind of disoriented for No Flame right here. And now, I think Awu has recognized this and is going to take control of the fight at this point. Going to knock down Superior. Down he goes. And the rest of No Flame, I mean, Jast is focusing on this box while Frankie plays interference. Picks it up. Frankie finds a kill, knocks back Awu, but it's going to be really hard to take down this Camillo. But they might be able to do it with enough gusto, if you will. Rampage goes out. He does respect the fact that 2 of his teammates have fallen. The Quake comes down. That is going to slow him and give time for Frankie Noodle to catch up. The bike flip not really finding its mark, though. And that was kind of close, Frankie. That's exactly what I was going to mention. Locked in is now here. And yeah, they have the best position, but they got to respect this push. They drone it out. Catch wind of Trigger sitting here. A little bit of a rebel assault coming down from Avancia, doing some damage to Dylan, but now look at this. Oh no, not the pawn bridge again for Trigger. They look like they might get pincer. The Soul Stealer invested in the CC immunity down to Avancia. Deus XM dropping the Echoes of the Earth, and down goes Galazord first. But Trigger actually in a relatively good position to continue what they need to do here. Trying to find the revive into Galazord as Dylan zones out. S7ㅅWeek here trying to do what he can, and yes, they get the revive off. S7ㅅWeek incredibly low, looking to chase down Kira as the pole connecting the dust. That follow-up is immaculate, and that's what I want to see from Trigger, is let J-Tang land the pole and use the duck dive to follow up. Let him set you up, Galazord. It makes it so much easier.
J-Tang here, the free at last is gonna land a rain of arrows, barely gonna scout them out too. Dylan, completely healthy. Now that he knows that the combo from Jazz isn't available, he can play a little bit more aggressive here, but he still has got to be careful. A double Odyssey could definitely tag him up just enough, and the freeze alone can be enough for NoFlame to really push on top of Dylan here. So he's got to be a little bit careful, but they have quite a bit of double guillotines online in the zone, and even behind him that he can kite back to. As you can see, they're just going to keep making sure that they can keep vision on Jazz, because that's what they're worried about here. You're going to see Super and Frankie coming around Jazz. Just going to go right down the middle, but as you can see Dylan going right back to the double guillotine. He wants to play around this here. Surf's Up is going to keep them away. The Dance Macabre, though, barely going to land on Dylan. A huge E-shift to keep him safe. He's trying his best to kite it back. Does get the kill onto Frankie here. Super not able to actually close the gap here, and Dylan doing such a good job just playing around these double guillotines. You see the EMP drone going down, but will it be enough? He does get the D-skill onto Dylan, but not able to get the kill. Trigger being our winners of the game.
It's a little bit of a risky play. I'm used to seeing a little bit more discipline from them, so very interesting to see them take that kind of risk. Jake Nuck using the rapier skill onto the turret to find a way into the backline. Freeze connecting onto Loopsters, but pushing through this corridor is just far too tough for Vancy and Deus XM. You only have one damage threat, and if he's, not able to hit the tank, he's just not going to go down. Jazz pushing forward, finds the rapier skill onto Loopsters. Dance Macabre goes down, the freeze hits, but nobody's able to follow up. Fail Asian is holding the line, keeping Frankie Doolin Superior at bay, not letting them follow up on Jazz engaged. Now Jazz down to a quarter health. S7ㅅWeek looking solid, maintaining their position. They're okay with just sitting where they are.
Yeah, they're playing very well this game, keeping NoFlame at bay. MSGK, having learned throughout the games here how to keep his distance from here. But Jazz gonna try to push on through here. He has a Curious Case on him, but the turret damage is way too much to go through. Actually, Superior blinking forward. Double Don Quixote gonna miss here. Now MSGK is gonna use this chance to actually possibly be able to take him down. He does. Super taking out is crazy.
Whoever wins this fight is gonna jump past the other team in the scoreboard. So if Run It Up can win this fight, they will take third place in this week. But we'll have to see what happens. Zeus holding the line on the front. S7ㅅWeek doing the same on the other side. It's just hard for Neospitter to try and do any damage. The Bola goes down. The Reign of the Vampire Queen follows suit on top of the Duende. It connects onto Woo. He's going to go down. Oh, blinks out from 100 health. Barely alive. But Run It Up is pushing forward. This angling jab will be what takes the Woo down. Zeus on the backside goes down. And Run It Up has a dominant 3-0 fight against Ribbit, establishing that zone control and using it masterfully.